All right, look at this piece of code here. On the top, we're defining an empty list. Then we're iterating over this range object. In each iteration, we get x, multiplied by 2, and add it to our list. As I told you before, whenever you have this pattern in your code, you can either use the map function or preferably a list comprehension. So let's review the syntax for a list comprehension. We have square brackets to define a list. And here's our comprehension expression. We have expression for item in items. So we iterate over an iterable. In each iteration, we get this item and then do something with it. So what is our iterable in this example? It's this range object that is returned from the range function. So range of 5 here. What is our loop variable? That is x. And what is our expression? We're multiplying x by 2. So we can store the result in values. This line of code is exactly identical to these 3 lines. So let's delete this. Now, these comprehensions are not limited to lists. We can also use them with sets and dictionaries. So now, if we replace these square brackets with curly braces, we get a set. Let's print values. So we get a set of even numbers, right? Now, what is the syntactical difference between a set and a dictionary? Well, for both these data structures, we use curly braces. In sets, we just have values, but in dictionaries, we have key value pairs that are separated using a colon. So here we can map 1 to a character, 2 to another character, and so on. So we can easily use comprehension expressions to create dictionary objects. So here in this expression, all we need to do is to change this expression such that we have a key value pair. So here we can use x as the key and x times 2 as the value. Now let's delete these 2 lines, save the changes, and run the code. We have this dictionary with these key value pairs, okay? So instead of defining an empty dictionary, then looping over an iterable, and then in each iteration, adding something to this dictionary, like values of x equals x times 2, whenever you have this pattern in your code, you can use a dictionary comprehension. So to recap, we can use comprehensions with lists, sets, and dictionaries. But what about tuples? Let's take a look. So let's remove this key value pair and only use x times 2, and also change the curly braces to parentheses. Let's also delete these few lines. Run the program. We don't get a tuple. What's going on here? We get a generator object. And that's the topic for the next lecture.